Morning, good morning. It feels unnatural when we have to do a second take, but of course, as always, we're honest and truthful about it. A little silly start for us, but we were just talking and attempted to talk about the Monday after the Masters and how it's one of the worst Mondays in sports. Day after the Super Bowl sucks, no more football. Day after March Madness is over, like the Monday championship, but then that following Monday sucks. The Monday after that first 4 days of college basketball, and then today or tomorrow, today really, when you're hearing this, is the first Monday after the Masters. NBA playoffs start tomorrow, so we have a gap. But yeah, it's a tough Monday. It's a boring day. We just wake up and you
Yeah,
go,
we got to do
damn
what?
it,
Watch baseball?
baseball, dude. And it's like, oh,
Hockey's still
cool.
on.
In my head, I'm just like you know what I think it is that like I treat it like the preseason. If I just convince myself that the first 100 games are just preseason, then it's like, okay, yeah, I'll put that on because like this doesn't mean anything. It's just preseason. So I think that's going to be my mental trick for myself is to pretend that baseball is just a 100 game preseason. But
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, I'm not really happy for we're recording the night before, so tomorrow. But if we're listening to this today, the Monday, it's a tough day, but it was a good weekend in sports though. It was a solid four
It's
or
a great
five days that
weekend
we
in
had.
sports.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a great weekend. So, but yeah, so today I'll just have to get through today, and then NBA playoffs start tomorrow. So, but yeah, give me some interesting updates or an
Yeah.
update.
Just a little feel good story here. The state of New Mexico this weekend made childcare free to families making less than $124,000, which is 400% above the federal poverty line. That's the number they went with. So if the feds raise the poverty line, then that number goes up.
Right.
And it immediately lifted over 100,000 people above the poverty line in the state of New Mexico.
Yeah.
As both of us have kids, I'm sure you know what the childcare prices can be.
I literally, when I saw
And
it, I started looking it up and was like, at what point do people just go, all right, fuck it, I'm quitting my job? Like, because if it
a
wasn't
lot of
free, like,
people do it.
yeah, at
Yeah,
this point, like, yeah, now you're going, oh shit, I got free childcare? Why not? Like, why do I even work? Like,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
so
when you
it's,
look at it, like I can only speak for myself. I pay more for childcare for one kid to go to daycare than I do for my mortgage.
yeah, that's. When we back to
Um,
where we were in in our normal house before we fucked around with everything, like our normal mortgage and our normal interest rate. Like, yeah, same. Yeah, it's roughly the same for us too. But we, like, I looked it up and like we get a good deal because it's a family friend. So
right.
like Matt going 5 days a week for like that daycare, like, and it's not a legitimate daycare. It's a family friend watching him, but it has some structure and like they have like parties and things like that. Like there's structure to it. But
Yeah.
we pay like roughly 10 grand a year for the kids because it's like two
Oh, that's
hundred
not
a
too
week
bad.
ish. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not terrible at all. But like we pay a little bit less than some others and again, it's like a small 5 or 6 person operation, so like there's not a lot of room for wiggle. Like it's not we don't have like we have to find a whole new family and establish. So like the peace of mind is worth so much more there. So like it's a huge discount plus the peace of mind. Like it's huge. But anyway, I was saying that like yeah, if we had both kids going, it'd be like 20ish grand a year or whatever for the full
Mm-hmm.
year. So at that point, yeah,
Right.
you have people with mom like in our age and our people in our age group typically make 30 to 100. Like it's a huge range, but like a majority are probably in that 30 to 50, 60ish range. And so like yeah, if I'm one of the parents making 30ish grand, I'm fucking it out, dude.
Yeah.
Like yeah, free childcare. Like I'm only working to pay for childcare. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's just a
yeah,
little feel good story to start your Monday.
yeah.
Um, just touch on that. But other than that, we'll move right in. We have 11 days to the NFL draft.
Football.
So a little bit of something to look forward to here in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens as some stuff
yeah,
comes rolling in.
yeah. We've touched on it before. A handful of free agents still out there. A Rod, Vaughn, Samuel Jr. Still haven't been signed, so we'll see where they fall. Um, did see that I texted you right away. I know you know you're one of
Oh,
the
I
few
got the
that know how
update
much.
and got the
Yeah,
text
you're
and
one
just
of the
started laughing.
yeah you're one of the few that know how much I love Joe Flacco. One of the greatest of all time. I don't know why he's just an OG, and then of course I know him pretty well. The
Right,
five
yeah.
minutes I met him at Hershey Park. Um, but yeah, so it's just, yeah, it's super cool. Yeah, I saw that notification pop up and said him Browns bringing back Joe Flacco, and it's just like, fuck yeah, dude, you go old man. Like
Yeah.
yeah, because he's gonna go out there and ball out. Like he's out there just to play. Like he had talked about a couple times where he's like, I don't know how much longer I can do this. And my kids are like, nah, fuck that, keep going as long as you can, kind of vibe. Like, and they're like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they're like, oh, we want to see you play, keep going. And so he's like, all right, well, if you're cool with me being away, I'll go do it. And at that age, like he's not putting in like not to discredit his work ethic, but like
Yeah.
they're not putting in the same as like a rookie in training camp and shit. Like
Right.
he knows how to play football at this point. So like he's going through the motions, but he's not putting his body on the line out there to try to earn a contract. Like he's just there to play. It sucks that he's in Cleveland though. Like, I have such a hard time rooting for Cleveland. Like I love watching them just fail and
Yeah,
continue to be shitty. It's one of those ones where it's like if you don't care about football as the owners and you're not putting in like I don't want you to get lucky and start winning. Like you should sell your team to somebody that gives a shit. Like get
yeah.
out of here. So
Them and the Bengals.
yeah, and the Bears too. It's another one.
Yeah,
Yeah, like they don't give a shit. So
they take the
um
check and run. Good for
yeah.
them.
Yeah. I
Somebody's
see,
got
like,
to do
and
it, I
I
suppose.
get it, but like, I just wish, like, the universe made sense there, where it was like a diehard football fan, like that kid that grew up loving football, like, and they got enough money to buy a team. That's what you want to see owning a
Yeah,
team that like they go all out to make it work. But
right.
Drew Lock returns to Seattle, which, speaking of Drew Lock, got a weird ass update today. I don't know why. I feel like this doesn't happen that often, but kind of Sports Center notification that just was like, whatever, Mr. Lock, Drew, dad of NFL quarterback Drew Lock dies at 57 today. Like, I was
Yeah,
just like, what the fuck? Like, didn't even read the article, but I was like, what a weird way. Like, because he probably has Sports Center notifications and shit. So, like, getting notifications about yourself, like, that's probably weird as hell. But
yeah.
yeah, what a odd. Sorry to Mr. Locke, R.I.P. But otherwise, yeah, Drew is back in Seattle, so he'll be backing up Sam Darnold essentially. So whole new team in Seattle, new coach, new everything. The whole Rust days are all completely over now. Everyone's pretty much gone.
And
Um, yeah, go ahead.
Derek Carr reports are out that may miss some, if not all, of next season.
I mean, at that point, if you're New Orleans, you just go for a quarterback in the draft, right? Like you're why not? Like, what are you
Do
doing
you, or do you
otherwise?
sign A-Rod?
Okay, yeah, so not draft, but you're going for a quarterback.
Okay,
Like you're
yeah.
not just playing with Ritter or Rattler, whatever the hell his
Rattler,
name
yeah,
is.
Spencer
Yeah, Spencer
Rattler.
Rattler. Yeah, like
Yeah,
I don't think they're vibing with him, but yeah, I don't know. That's yeah, it sucks for Derek Carr. Like, he's always such a cool guy, like such a chill quarterback that it's like
yeah.
he's hard to hate, and so it's like it sucks to see him like deal with injuries and dumb shit, like playing for the Raiders of all places, and like that sucks. But like,
Amen to that.
yeah, so but um, I didn't even I saw this one too. So is this the former LSU quarterback?
Receiver, wide receiver. Yeah. So
Receiver. Yeah, yeah.
Kyron Lacey, found dead this morning. I guess yesterday morning. I don't know.
Yeah, and it
Found
said he was
dead
had after like a
Saturday night.
homicide
In
investigation.
Yeah. So back in December, he was charged with he caused a crash that killed a 78-year-old, and then fled the scene without calling authorities or
I do
rendering
remember
aid.
that. Yeah, I
He
do
turned
remember that.
himself in.
I do remember that. That's what I remember. He
Um,
popped up like the next day or whatever. And was like, I did that shit.
yeah, he turned himself in, was released on a $151,000 bail, and then they found him dead this morning. And I actually just saw the tweet that his dad put out that confirmed he did kill himself. So
Damn.
just like a super sad story.
Yeah, there's a kid that
Um,
made a fucking mistake, but a big enough mistake that it's gonna change everything.
yeah,
Like, you put in 18 years of work to get to that point, and then 2 minutes of fucking around in a car, not even 30 seconds of fucking around in a car, and it's all gone. Like,
yeah,
yeah, the ratio there, I'm sure that's a pressure that one can't imagine. But yeah, that's super sad to hear. That sucks.
yeah, super sad. And then honestly, along the same lines of super sad, I saw an article the other day that Henry Ruggs could potentially be getting out early and
Interesting.
aspires to play football again.
I mean, he's one of those ones that can though. Like
He's
he was a
definitely young
fucking
enough.
freak athlete.
Yes,
He's young enough, and if you're in there, you're probably
presumably,
working out.
right.
You're probably
Presumably,
working
he's in
out.
shape.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
So like you reading and you're working out. So you're already working out. Like regimens and shit. People are gonna
yeah,
fuck with you in that case. So
yeah.
yeah, I mean it
Here
could
it is.
happen.
He's
And that's
eligible for parole in 2026. Um,
yeah. I mean he fucking goes the Mike
so
Vick route. Goes works as a construction for a year or two, and then bounces out and fucking goes back to the NFL. Like why not?
look, I
Okay,
mean,
you it sucks what happened, but like if the judicial system said this is what your penalty is, pay it and you're done, and
yeah,
so he paid his dues and he's done. So at that point, yeah, it's just like with the PGA thing that Angel Cabrera guy that had the assault cases on his two ex-wives. I didn't even really know about this. But he
right.
had just gotten out of prison due to two like assault or like harassment cases with ex-wives.
Yeah,
And the PGA basically were like, yeah, we're gonna have him here. He's a past champion and he paid his penalties. Like that's the criteria we have is not a wanted felon and
right.
had won the championship before and he meets both those criteria. So yeah, we're inviting him. And everyone was like, oof, what a weird like because it's so traditional and strict and
Yeah,
who knew if they I read that and I was like, damn, that is actually kind of crazy that they're bringing it. But like the PGA Tour networking made zero mention of him being there. Like, it was ESPN and everyone else was like, "Hey, look, he's gonna be there." Like, no one there
Yeah.
was like, "Let's talk to Jack Nicklaus about him being here." Like, they made no mention of it
Yeah.
aside from that. But
Right.
moving on though, I saw a hilarious fucking tweet. It feels like every other day I get like an amazing Giants tweet that's just fucking like dead on. It's just some random Twitter account with like 2,000 followers, like somebody trying to make some jokes, but not anybody that's like famous making comedian jokes. They basically tweeted out, and it was like, "Who are you picking, Shador Sanders or Abdul Carter?" Like, the Giants Twitter page tweeted that out, and it was like "You're in this spot. What are you doing?" Like a fun like fan engagement thing.
Yeah.
And the number one fucking retweet was somebody being like, "Why do I feel like they're actually asking for advice here?" Like legitimately, their GM said, "Why don't you put up a poll on Twitter and see who we should draft, but don't tell them that that's what we're doing." Like, that's literally
Yeah.
what it felt like. Like, their front office is going to be on another episode of Hard Knocks next year, where there's 10 old white guys in there, and one of them's like, "Sign into the Twitter thing and show us." And they pop up that tweet and they go, "Well, they voted for Abdul. That's who we should." Like, it's gonna be so goofy. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, that actually is hilarious, because like, who approved them to tweet that? Like, what a backfired fucking tweet. But other than that, talk to me about expansion.
That's what you get. Yeah. So there's nothing official about this. It's just Warren Sharp on Twitter. He basically posted, "Are you down for an 18-game NFL season? This is how it would work.
Dude.
2 bye weeks for all teams. So you have a 20-week season. Only 2 preseason games. Week 1 is Labor Day weekend. It's the Super Bowl. That makes the Super Bowl on President's Day weekend, which gives you a national holiday."
When I saw that, I was like, dude, sold. Like, you got me. I saw this tweet. I didn't even realize that that's like what you were talking about. But like, yeah, I saw that tweet. And I was like, oh my god, dude, yeah. Super Bowl on President's Day is fucking amazing. Yeah, what a schedule that would be. I'm all for that too. Like, 2 bye weeks. What were the bye week? Because I was trying to find the tweet. The bye week, what is it? It's Labor Day, or what were the 2 holiday things? Repeat that middle chunk.
Week 1 starts Labor Day weekend.
Right. So you have a holiday week to start.
Yeah, a holiday weekend to start the season. And then the Super Bowl would then be on President's Day weekend. And you just have 2 bye weeks, so each team still only plays
Okay, so the bye week had
games.
nothing to do with holidays. Or just you're starting on a holiday, ending on a holiday.
Yeah, just straight 2 bye weeks, 18 games, and then 20 weeks.
I really love the 2 bye week thing, because then there's no like, oh, we had our bye week way early in the season or way late, like whatever. Like, if you're the team that gets it week 9, week 11, like that might suck or whatever.
Right.
But like, you're well rested. You played one shitty game in the middle, and you had a lot of rest around it. So
I like the idea of, and I've always been a fan of this. I think they need to do it. Is implementing the bye week. When you come off your bye week, you should play Thursday night.
Or even that too.
Yeah, so that way when you come off your bye week, you have your bye week.
Rest.
Yeah, both teams should come off a bye week and play on Thursday, because that's what the players always complain about is that Sunday to Thursday turnaround for their bodies. So it's like, you come off a bye week, you play Thursday, and then you get a mini bye, and then you get the next week. So that's really, I mean, that's, waving the magic wand kind of thing.
That's a fucking sweet way that if they could do it, that would be so sweet.
I mean, I guess I don't know all
Super
the
Bowl
contracts.
Sunday President's Weekend is just like that would be so ideal for me. Cause like, I've always said that, like, and why I saw that, like, one of the tweets was like, I like, I'll forever die on this hill, but Super Bowl Saturday sounds just as good. Like,
yeah,
and like, I disagree with that. Actually, the title, like, the sound of Super Bowl Sunday, it just hits so fucking hard, dude. Like, Super Bowl Sunday is coming, but like, I would absolutely be all for Super Bowl Saturday. Like, it would just be such a big party day. Like, it'd be so awesome. You get fucking time to just like recoup Sunday, and like, they can make the game at whatever time they wanted. Like, yeah, Saturday Super Bowl would be fucking sick, but I don't think that will ever happen. I think we're more likely to get them to shift the season and have it happen a week later and be before President's Day than we would ever be for them to add in like that.
I'd agree with that.
So
yeah,
but yeah. So football's coming. It's so far away.
It is, but things are happening. We're getting ever closer to the draft, and
4-ish months until stuff starts happening.
Yeah. Things happening though. NBA playoffs are set. We spoke on this a little bit to start the episode.
Yep.
So we start Thursday or Tuesday with play-in, correct?
Yep. We got play-in, and they've done a really good job of like creating this graphic and just making it basic. It looks aggressive at first, but like once you realize it, like it is really simple. The 7 and 8 teams play. If the winner of that gets the guaranteed spot as the 7 seed. So as an 8 seed,
Okay.
you have a chance to win and beat out the 7 seed. If you're the 7 seed and you lose, or if you're the 8 and you lose, you have this now you have a new chance to stay in. But it's also a chance for the 9 and 10 to steal that spot. So if you're 7 or 8, you win, you're in against the 2nd seed. If you
Yeah.
lose, now you play an extra game against the winner of the two shit teams who then fought for a chance. The 9-10 play, the loser's out. You were a bad seed to begin, you lose,
Right.
you're done. Winner gets to play the loser of the better teams, and
And then
then
you
the
get to
winner
go play
there,
the 1 seed.
you get to go play the 1 seed. So you're off of a two games in a row to start the playoffs, and then got to go play the 1 seed. So it's kind
Yeah.
of like the NCAA tournament, doing like the first four kind of thing, but it's a little tournament to start. So
Okay.
yeah, 2 extra games ahead of time, so yeah, I'm not mad at it. But yeah, for me as a Celtics fan, 2nd seed, love where we ended up. Don't love having to play the Magic. I feel like I would rather play the Hawks. I don't know why the Magic always just fuck with us and give us problems. So like,
Okay.
obviously I'm scared of that, but like, just would not be ideal. I'd rather see them just lose and not have to worry about it. So yeah, I would take the Hawks. I think definitely, but yeah, I mean the 9 and 10 are definitely interesting. Like I said, the Heat are a brand new team after the Jimmy Butler trade. The Bulls are fucking dog shit, but somehow still in the playoffs. The Magic are good, so I'd rather see them go to the Cavs. That way they duke it out and take each other's 7, and I don't have to worry about that game myself. But today the Warriors lost in overtime to the Clippers, which put them down into a.
That put them down to the 6, right?
No, it didn't. I grabbed the wrong screenshot. Son of a monkey dick.
I saw this though, but that put the Rockets in.
Yeah,
Right.
this is
With their loss. I saw the Sports Center update or ESPN.
Yeah, 2-10. Yeah, the Heat are still 10th. The Bulls are 9, 8, 7 is still all correct. But in the West, though, the West got switched. The Warriors got dropped down to 7th. The Grizz are 8. So the Timberwolves moved up to 6 because the Clippers won. So the Clippers are still 5. The Timberwolves and the
Does
Warriors.
Kawhi Leonard still play?
He's on the Clippers. He missed a game.
Okay.
He missed a game-winning shot at the end of regulation against the Warriors today, and went to overtime. And then he got an and one at the end of the game to win it.
Oh, okay.
So he is still just as good, just as efficient. Doesn't give a fuck about media. Just like doesn't do anything. Doesn't say anything. That was my best Kawhi laugh I could do. Like yeah, he is just chilling. So. Yeah, so it was a wild game though for the Warriors because Steph had like 40-some points or whatever, and like yeah, he was cooking, but they ended up losing that in overtime. So then, yeah, I knew that. I was looking at it right as soon as I saw the Warriors with the 6 seed, I was like, no, they're in the play-in. So yeah, so now they're the 7 seed. They got to play the Grizzlies as the 8 seed. Winner goes on to play the Rockets. Loser has a chance to beat the Kings or the Mavs to go on and play the Thunder. Which is crazy to think that like the Kings or the Mavs could end up winning and playing the Thunder and getting smoked. But
So then the Lakers get the Timberwolves. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Lakers
Gotcha.
Timberwolves will be a first round there, and I think the Lakers kind of wanted that in a situation where they get Anthony Edwards and like a younger team. Like Gobert is always flops. Like Gobert always chokes, and so like they have Conley and they have a few other players, but like they have Julius Randle now too. But yeah, I feel like LeBron's.
Yeah,
Luka's too much. Luka's gonna get in Ant's head, and I love Ant.
We've talked about this before. How I'm a Sixers fan. Like go Philadelphia. Not much to cheer for this season. But I'm still a leftover Kobe Bryant fan for the Lakers.
You throw a little root for the Lakers.
Yeah. And like it feels so insincere because like LeBron's there, but like obviously I've liked him since Kobe.
Right.
So like.
Yeah.
I like kind of root for the Lakers.
I give you that. Yeah. I always give you that nod that you were a pre-LeBron Laker fan for sure. Like, there's no question there. But.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really care much for the NBA until probably about high school. I started like kind of watching it, and I was just like, I'm a Kobe fan. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
always
made it real clear. Yeah, and he's from Philly too, so you have that tie. So, but yeah, no, I'm bronsexual, so I'm rooting for the Lakers. I love Anthony Edwards, rooting for the Timberwolves. Like that's gonna be a shitty matchup, but like for me, it's just like go Game 7.
You
like,
just love good basketball.
Good basketball.
Yeah.
Give me Game 7 in every one of these series and a buzzer beater to clinch it, and I'm happy as hell. Like I want the Celtics to win, but if I get really good basketball and it's like, oh, dude, they lost on a buzzer beater in a Game 7, it's like I'm not that as upset. Like the Broncos, I'm no matter what. Like we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But like, that's my like hill to die on, but. The Celtics, I definitely want them to win. I prefer those over everybody else, but like the Celtics, LeBron, like Lakers, Celtics is likely this year too because of the Luka trade. So like
Yeah.
that's a historic matchup because of Magic Bird, and so like
Right.
yeah, the Lakers like Tatum versus LeBron in a fucking finals matchup would be fucking crazy. So
Okay,
like Luka and
so
Jalen is nuts.
quick question: do we play all 4 play-in games on Tuesday?
No, it's 2 on Tuesday and 2 on Wednesday.
Okay, so they do. Do they do like 1 East, 1 West, presumably?
I believe so. Yes,
Yeah.
the schedule is out. It is Atlanta at Orlando Tuesday night at 7:30. Tickets as low as $29. Memphis at Golden State, 10 o'clock. So Tuesday is 1 East, 1 West. And
Oh,
then
so it's a
Wednesday
7-8
is,
seed first,
yep.
and then
And then the
the
9
9
10s
10
are on Wednesday. So then
Wednesday.
yeah, and I
And
guess that
then
does make sense then too because
and then if they
everything's
lose,
up
they
in
have to
the
turn around and play again, presumably Thursday.
Friday.
Oh, Friday. So they do give them a day off. How nice.
Yeah, right. Yeah, have a day off before you play another game, and then boom, playoffs start on
Yeah, and then
day.
it's probably
So,
Sunday, the game 1.
I think it's is it Saturday or is it Sunday? Yeah, I guess it would have to be Sunday because they wouldn't make a play back to back.
You wouldn't even know where you're going, let alone play
It doesn't
back
even
to
say.
back.
It says no data available. Maybe they don't have the playoff schedules out yet.
Yeah.
At least ESPN doesn't. But yeah, no.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited though. It'll be fun. So yeah,
Yeah,
Tuesday
I'm
night. We got
finally
playoff basketball.
kind of into basketball because the playoffs are
Yeah.
finally here.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
literally, yeah.
the 76ers
It's like
didn't
it's
make
super
it,
exciting all of a sudden. So
yeah.
You get dog shit teams, and yeah, Tuesday night will be fun because those two, it's like not a win or go home, but it's win to secure your spot and then lose, and then those teams are on the outside looking in. Now they have to win to stay in the playoffs.
Yeah. I just need to mention how boring baseball is. So, and like I mean that with the utmost respect to
I can't wait to
the
agree.
sport.
Go ahead, continue.
But neither of us are big baseball fans. We might get an occasional alert if it's like some sports breaking news.
Yeah.
Out of baseball, like somebody signs a huge contract or something like that.
If I
or,
get
like,
something,
breaks a
if I get a
record.
notification about baseball, it's not. I'll go in and adjust my notifications. That's how much I care.
Right.
Like other times, I'm like, yeah, I don't care, and I'll delete it. That I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, don't send me that shit. I
Yeah.
don't care.
So I just pull up ESPN's general Major League Baseball page just so that I can kind of read through the headlines. And when I see the third top headline is the Twins unveil a statue outside of the stadium, I'm like, all right, nothing happened. We're good.
nothing happened today. Like games are happening, and they said the statue went up. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like everyone else does that shit in the off season, or it's like a big night and it's a whole thing. And
Yeah.
it's just too much. Like I tried really hard like this year and last year to be like, all right, I'm gonna care about this. And like this year, I was like, all right, I'm gonna care a lot. I have the way my calendar's built is like April 1st is like, all right, go through and look at the summer schedule and build all that. And then like July 1st is do the fall schedule. So I have like seasonal like updates where I go through and try to plan the schedule.
Yeah.
I went through to like plan the baseball schedule for the Phillies and I claimed myself to be a Rockies fan. So I was like, this is too much. They play every fucking day. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to turn baseball on every fucking day. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this will clog my calendar. I'm not interested in this. I was like, this is way too much. So
Just
I literally went in. I literally was looking at the calendars and was like, I need a new phone just to keep track of the baseball calendars. I was like, that's fucking stupid.
Just the way you said that, the way my calendar works, it made me think of the
Dude,
Kevin Hart skit.
Literally,
See,
that's
the
what
way
I
my
said.
bank account works.
Yeah, dude. Did you catch that baseball game? You see the way my calendar works? Fuck no, I did not. I have a notification there that says, hey, it's October 1st. Playoffs start soon.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get. So yeah, it's just too much. It's like I don't even know. Was that I could be wrong. Hold on. Let me verify this. Did the Cubs and the Dodgers are playing? Yes. They lost 16-0 yesterday. And it's like without even looking, I'm almost certain that all the starters weren't playing or whatever. Like this wasn't a true hard fought game. Like the Chiefs didn't lose 65-0 the year after they won the Super Bowl, and everyone was like, "Ha, no big deal." Like that's fucking dumb that they lost 16-0. Everyone's like, "Ha, no problem." There's still 140 games left. Like, what are we doing? Like 3 games against the same team 3 days in a row with different players is so stupid. Like that's so dumb.
Yeah, it always cracks me up when you see the like Sports Center highlights the next morning where they're like, this dude who's not even a pitcher pitched because they were down so much that it wasn't worth actually putting a pitcher in. And I'm like, why are we even playing? Like,
how do we fix this?
Do we need a mercy
like,
rule? Like,
yeah, it's so stupid. Like, yeah, it's like I'm looking at the schedule right now for the Dodgers, and it's just Cubs, Nationals, Phillies, Braves, Tigers. Like, imagine any other sport doing that. Like, basketball does it with the back-to-back sometimes, where it's like the Lakers in Milwaukee, and then the Milwaukee in Los Angeles. That both teams are fucking just bouncing back and forth. But like,
Yeah.
it kind of sucks for the away team the first night because no matter what, they're flying twice versus once. But like,
Right.
regardless, like that's how they do it. So it's like occasionally they'll play back to back against the same team. But this is fucking dumb. This is just so dumb.
Yeah.
This looks so stupid.
So, anyways, that's enough about baseball.
Yeah,
This weekend we had some hockey stuff going on. For what it's worth, the Frozen Four, which is the men's national championship, Western Michigan brings home their first ever championship in the Frozen Four. So that was kind of cool to see in men's ice hockey. That is, they bring home the Natty. We talk about how like hockey and basketball kind of line up. So Thursday ends the regular season, and right now both conferences, the East and the West, have 3 teams fighting for 2 wild card spots. So still is a little interesting.
Thursday?
Yeah, the regular season ends Thursday night. So then playoffs will probably start Saturday, Sunday, if I had to guess. The wild card matchups.
And there's hockey on tomorrow.
Yes, there is.
Fuck yeah. All right, we're watching hockey tomorrow night then. Playoff implications possibly? Let's go.
Yeah. Then I accidentally put this in the wrong section, but it'll be a good leadway to the next one. So Ohio State did get their national championship rings for college football. But I think one of the funniest things ever is somebody bought a billboard in Columbus. Apparently it's down the street from the stadium.
Very close.
And it says you can't be the champ if you can't beat the champ. And it's obviously amazing blue. And Ryan, so obviously Ryan Day was questioned about it while he's announcing this. And he said, "That's disrespectful to the reigning champion." That was his quote. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Just...
It's one where it's like it's petty and it's almost childish. Like I'm someone who it's like if somebody's arguing with me in that manner, I'm done arguing. Like if we're not being open minded with facts, and I'm not listening. So if I'm Ryan Day, like I'm just not engaging in dumb.
Yes.
Like we lost. I'm just la la la. Like I'm not engaging at all because the response then is just, okay, well maybe you should have just beat us. Like no matter what, it's this petty dumb response where it's like you should have just beat us. And he's like, yeah, we won the championship. It's like, yeah, you didn't beat us. Like it's just back. It's a cartoon, and so yeah, you can't engage at all. He should have just been like, I don't know, I didn't see it, and just moved on. Like that would have been the way to play it off, to just be like, yeah, no, we don't notice those kind of things. We're too busy winning football games. Like that was the correct answer. Not engaging in it because now they're gonna put up billboards all over the city. Like it's gonna be everywhere. Like his whole drive to work is just gonna be Maze billboards. So.
Yeah. But I guess to each their own.
If I had money like that. If I had money like that, I'd be doing petty shit like that too.
I'm honestly shocked it doesn't happen more from the city of Philadelphia.
Like, if I'm a billionaire or I'm a millionaire and I'm a fan of a team, like I'm throwing up billboards and shit. Or I'm sending like 1,000 Eagles fucking colored cupcakes to the Chiefs facility, like from an anonymous source or whatever. Like they just show up with like green and black cupcakes all day for a week. Like, yeah, I do petty shit all the time just to piss people off. Like it'd be fun. But I don't, so here I am.
So yeah, I think though the crazier story coming out of college football this week.
This is nuts.
This quarterback out of Tennessee. I'm just gonna leave it at Nico because I'm not even gonna pronounce.
No, that's what they
attempt to pronounce that. So. So I guess like 2 days before the winter transfer portal ends, his agent comes to the school and says, "Hey, we're not going to play. We want more money." He's already getting paid $2.4 million. That's his current contract for the year. He basically says, "I want $4+ million." And the school says, "No."
And so he hits the transfer portal.
And so, the transfer portal doesn't open until Wednesday. So
he's declared that he's going.
Yeah, he basically just told the team, like, all right, if you're not going to pay me, then I'm not showing up to practice, and I'm going to go into the transfer portal.
See, this goes back to what I had said before, too. Like, why are the schools even involved? Like, the schools are getting that sponsorship money, and then their mom and dad getting to pay the minor, and it's like, they're fucking adults. Like, they're all above 18. Write them the check. Like, you want $4 million? Cool. Go call Nike or Adidas or Puma or New Balance or whatever. Go call Gatorade, get in a fucking calcium commercial. Call Milk, get in a calcium commercial. Like, what talking to the school demanding the money just feels so weird. It's
Yeah.
like an NFL player going to the team and just being like, "Well, I don't have enough sponsorship money." Like, fucking okay, go get on TV, go increase your social media. Like,
Okay,
it's
so
just so weird.
to clarify here, the both of those things happen. Not all of the money goes through the school. So
But yeah, I feel
there
like it
are
should just be
teams.
completely separate.
Right.
Like,
But then what in this particular instance, the football team boosters raise the money for their NIL fund for the school, and then that's what the school is using to pay him in this instance. So he
yeah,
can still have all those Nike deals and all that stuff and still make
right,
money
yeah.
from
But
that.
that's my point. Though, is why bother the school to be like, "Hey,
Right.
call the boosters and get me more." Why not call fucking businesses and be like, "Put me in a Subway commercial. Eat fresh. Like, go get your
Yeah.
1.6 yourself, dog." Like, that's crazy to just be like, "Hey, I want this from a school." Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's odd, but yeah, I mean,
So
yeah,
to the
it's setting a trend though. It's going to be the first of probably many that
That's
start
what I
to
was about
do
to say.
this
To the
kind of
best of my
shit.
knowledge, this is the first time this has kind of happened.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
At least
Using
at
like
this scale for like
negotiations.
such
Yeah,
a big position.
yeah.
Because he did play for them last year.
He was very
So
good. They had early
yeah,
like championship trends. Like it
right,
was like Tennessee's going to be a problem late, and then they
yeah.
kind of fell off. But yeah, he was like a Heisman favorite for a little while. Like yeah, Nico was balling for the first
Yeah.
couple games of the season.
So it's just a wild move, and unfortunately, I just guess that's where sports are going now.
Yeah, it's
College
kind of always
sports, that
inevitable.
is,
Yeah,
because
it was
I
kind of inevitable, but
look, if it's happening in football, then basketball's not going to be far behind.
no.
And so I don't have a problem with the players making money. Obviously, I love the NIL. What I don't love about it is this transfer portal. It's just so crazy that like these guys can just be like, I want this, and then a week later they're out. And like
Yeah,
there's no repercussions. Like they're like this guy's gonna transfer somewhere and he's gonna go play immediately. Like I guess good for him, but also like from the school's perspective, you just paid him 2.4 million last year.
yeah,
Like,
and
and I
then you
get that
just
was
get
for
nothing
last
back
year,
from it, right?
and but like he signed a contract. Like
That's it. It
in this
almost feels like
instance, he
they
has like a
like.
$10 million contract over the course of his
If
college career.
I was gonna say, it feels like being in kind of like this gray area, like this middle ground of like we're not totally the NFL, we're not a business, like we're just doing a little sponsorship money. And
Yeah.
it's like no, just pull the band-aid off and just do the contracts. Like
Right.
trade people, do contracts, do the whole things. Like you can't
Yeah.
trade because they're college kids or whatever, fine. But like if they want to transfer, like get a draft pick back from that school, get cash compensation, get a player that wants
Yeah.
to come to your school, like call that whatever dude and figure shit out to swap players that somebody that wants to come there, like
Yeah.
yeah, like yeah,
It's
you should yeah,
just
like players should be able to designate like yeah, sure, trade me or no fucking don't trade me or whatever. Have that conversation of having to prove it. Like every player should have a no trade clause or something stupid.
yeah.
But yeah, just like don't do the gray area, like because this is
Right.
going to keep happening now. Like just fucking go to the NFL, be the NFL, be the NFL by college. Like that's it. So
Yeah. So I don't know. It's an interesting time for college sports, and we'll see how it grows and
for sure.
develops over the next couple of years.
So this weekend we had a fight, big fight. Volkanovski wins the belt, keeps it, retains it by decision. So that was a solid fight. 5 rounds of him and Lopez just beating the shit out of each other. It was fantastic. Both of them almost got finished a handful of times. Like there was a couple of people stumbling and getting choked out, and just nobody got finished. Gets all the way down to the decision, and Volk wins. Prior to that, the out of shape Patty Pimblett mauled Michael Chandler, which was probably the expectation aside from loving pizza and McDonald's. He just was beating the shit out of Chandler the whole time. Chandler's just a little bit too older and kind of lost his step and just was getting like he always weirdly is like laughing and like talking to the crowd while he's getting like choked out and shit. Like he's like getting yanked out. He's like waving to the crowd and shit. It's so weird. Like he's always in a good mood while he's getting face bloodied and shit. So yeah, he got the shit kicked out of him though. And then you might have seen that Bryce Mitchell a couple weeks ago. He was one that made like a bunch of like crazy like Nazi remarks and all this other shit, like Hitler stuff. It was crazy, but like everyone was like Dana White was like, "We're gonna talk to him, get him to tone that shit down." He like came out, was like, "Not toning it down." And they were like, "Okay," and so everyone was like, "This is nuts." And so this dude asked to fight him, was like, "I want to fight that like racist fucking idiot. Like I want to beat the shit out of him myself." And everyone was like, "That would be crazy to see." And then Dana was like, "All right, fine," and made it happen. And so like they like Silver tried to like touch gloves and everything, and like Bryce wasn't. He just was like, "Oh, he won this fight. He's gonna fucking find out." And like everyone was just rooting for Silva, as was I. I just
Sure.
wanted him to get the shit kicked out of him. And that dude was like, "I'm gonna fucking hurt him." He was like, "I'm gonna beat the shit out of this kid." He was like, "I'm gonna fucking hurt him." And there was once like he got choked out twice, one by a knockout. He hit him in like this fucking weird ass side choke shit and just like torqued his body. Dude like flopped like a fish after tapping out, passed out. So like he tapped out, had not enough oxygen left, and still passed out, and was
Yeah.
just like dead staring into the ceiling and was just like trying to regain consciousness. It was crazy. But a couple minutes before that, was in a choke to the so much to the point where the dude was like bending his body in half and like Silva put everything he had into it, and like Bryce was like going out, like you could see shit like shutting down, and somehow just like wiggled out of it and regained it, and everyone was like, no, like that was it. Silva's gonna lose all momentum and now he's gonna lose, and still got him back into another choke and choked the shit out of him. It was like he was one too, like sometimes people jump up and they hug each other. Sometimes they're kissing each other on the head and they're like, what a great fight. It was a beautiful moment. Thank you for the opportunity. He got up and was like, fuck you. Like, he just got up and started screaming at him and shit. And it was like, I told you so kind of shit. So, but yeah, so that was a cool one to see.
And the
But yeah,
crowd
no,
goes wild.
literally, yeah, he was screaming in his face and shit. Everyone's just like yelling and screaming for him. So yeah, and like Trump occasionally shows up, and like Trump was there that night. And so like yeah, like it's an extra one where everyone feels the need to run over and like say hi to the president and shit because he's sitting like ringside and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, solid fight card. It was fun. John was watching it, and I got on Xbox with Derek, and I was like, "I heads up, I'm watching these fights." And I was like, "I will play, but like, you're gonna catch me in a building just sitting in a corner at some point watching these fights." And so for a few times, I'm like, "Oh shit!" And Derek's like, "What? You got some on you?" I'm like, "No, this dude just got kicked in the face." And I was like, "My bad." And he was like, "Okay, fuck, I gotta remember you're watching that fight." And I was like, "Yeah, give me like a game or two, and it'll be over." But I was like, "Yeah, I'm definitely watching the ending of these."
I in no way want to get political, but I think it's super cool to see Trump at sporting events.
100%, 100%. That's
Like
yeah.
I'm here for it. It's been a long
yeah.
time since we've seen a president at sporting
Yeah,
events.
they should
and like,
always be there.
Yeah,
Like that's
I'm here
wild that
for
they're
it.
not. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, like if I'm the president, dude, I'm at every big event. I'm at the Masters this weekend.
Dude.
I'm at every UFC
Yeah.
fight. I'm at the Super Bowl. I'm at the finals. Like catch me fucking courtside at Game
Yeah.
7 for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like you have that power and the money and everything. Like fuck yeah, I'd
Yeah.
be there. Like sure, it's an annoying public appearance, but you got to do that shit anyway. So you might as well go catch a game. Like
Yeah.
hell yeah, I'm definitely there in spots like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably never be president, but who knows?
Right. Facts.
But, anyways,
we're almost fucking old enough. Dude.
yeah, we're getting there.
God.
I mean, the way recency go, we still have to double our age to get there.
Facts.
Double
Yeah,
our
facts.
age and some to be president.
I'm going to be the Sean McVay of the United States presidency.
Okay,
Who's this kid?
good for you. Like the one who doesn't give a fuck about politics.
Maybe that's why I win, though. They're like, maybe he's onto something here. He's like, I don't know, vibes, bro. They're like, him. We want him in there.
Anyways, so there were some left-hand turns made this weekend around the shortest track. I think it's.
I
the
did not
shortest
watch
track.
really as much as I wanted to.
You didn't miss much. If
Yeah,
you're,
so
as the winning crew chief said, if you're a racing purist, today was really cool. But like if you don't like, there was one caution that wasn't a stage break. So like what that makes 4 cautions in a 500 lap race. So like, I think they went 250 laps under green at the end. So Kyle Larson basically dominated the race. He took over like I think 48 laps into the race and led pretty much from there. My driver Ryan Blaney at one point had the entire field a lap down, which is just super cool to see. It was during a pit cycle, but still just super cool to see.
Yeah,
because like you
you
don't see it very often, and it's like, dude, if a caution comes out right now, everybody in the field's a lap down.
Right,
Like-
yeah, like everyone gets forced.
Yeah.
And if I'm him too, I'm like, yeah, I'm weaving a little. I'm just like, come on, call it.
Yeah. So that was cool to see, but it didn't happen. He ended up pitting, and I think he came back to finish 6th, maybe 5th. So good weekend for him. But Cup is off next weekend, but the Trucks and Xfinity series are going to one of the tracks that Dale Earnhardt Jr. brought back, which is called Rockingham Speedway, which is one of my favorite tracks. I don't know why I fell in love with this track as a little kid. But I did. Never been there. It's down in I think it's North Carolina. But just super cool track. I actually think I can remember My driver was really good at this track, so I think I just like that track because it was like, oh, like he's got a chance to win when we go there. Um,
It was
but
ran from '65 to 2004. So yeah, it's like
yeah,
when you said the name right away, I was like, that sounds familiar, and like that would have been around the time that we'd have been
yeah.
playing those
I
games and shit,
also
and you would have told me.
I
But
also really love tracks that have cool names, and it's like The Rock, like that's
yeah,
just a
we're
cool
going to
name.
the Rock. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a fun thing, dude.
Like I love.
Joe's
Sorry to interrupt. I love Dover because it's called the Monster Mile. Like I just love fun
mm,
nicknames. The
yeah,
Tricky
yeah,
Triangle and Pocono. Like
it gives it
sign
an
me up.
extra element. Yeah,
Yeah.
it gives an extra element. You said the Rock, and it just reminded me. I went to go. I was scrolling through movies today. Joe was on. He had his iPad. We were upstairs, and I was scrolling through movies and finding something for myself to watch. And Central Intelligence pops up, and he was like, "What
Oh.
was that?" And I was like, "A movie about a spy and a friend." I was like, "I'll let you watch the trailer real quick." Let him watch it, and he goes, "That looks like Dom Toretto," and I was like, no, it doesn't. That's Hobbs, and it doesn't even look like Dom. They're just bald. And I was like, I was like, the guy's name is Dwayne Johnson. He plays Hobbs, and he goes, yeah, he looks like Hobbs. And I was like, Joe, it is Hobbs. I was like, I don't know how to tell you. I was like, I don't know how to get this to you. And I was like, we've had this conversation a couple times about like actors and like voice actors and stuff. And
You just
he
don't
just
quite
like,
have that mental capacity
yeah,
yet.
he just it doesn't click yet. Like he just was like, no, yeah, but that guy kind of looks like Hobbs, but this isn't a Fast and Furious movie. And I was like, dude, oh, I was like, all right, yeah, you're right, forget it. I'm not even worried about it right now.
Fair enough.
But anyway,
So yeah, and then earlier today, the Bahrain GP at a reasonable time because it's run at night over there. Oscar Piastri, I think, led wire to wire.
damn,
If not, he didn't. There was only a few laps that he wasn't in the
it's
lead.
not close. It's still
Um,
crazy.
but yeah, he started on pole, wins the race, gets his second win of the season, puts him 1 point behind his teammate Lando Norris, who is supposed to be like the championship favorite. So everybody's like, "Oh, is Oscar gonna like outperform
The
Lando?"
teammate, yeah,
Yeah, who's like Lando's supposed to be the number one driver, and his teammates showing him up. Mercedes fan here. George Russell holds on the second, even with the. You'll get a kick out of this. So obviously F1 is very modern with technology, and
right.
they apparently had a bunch of issues this weekend with the timing systems, and like cars would just randomly go offline and come online, and like they just couldn't figure out why. Like at one point,
Weird shit.
George Russell was offline for like 3.5, 4 laps. Like his transponder just like wasn't responding, and they
Yeah,
were like, "Well, he's still out there."
yeah,
Well,
he's running.
the transponder tells the FIA the distance between the cars, and what was happening was his wasn't working, so it was allowing him to open his DRS when it shouldn't have been. So the DRS is like there's a wing on the back, and basically like it creates downforce, makes the car, or it creates drag, makes the car go faster. When you're within 1 second of a car in front of you, you can open up a flap, and it makes it flat and allows air to go through. And like there's what they call DRS zones, so they're basically straightaways where you just get to go a little bit quicker.
Right.
At some tracks, it's worth like 17 to 20 kilometers per hour.
Damn.
Yeah, so like a decent amount. And so like he at one point he accidentally opened it because like,
Because he didn't know the distance between cars.
well, no, he knew like there was nobody in front of him because he was running second, and Oscar Piastri had like a 5-6 second lead, so like it wasn't
Okay.
close. But like I don't know if he accidentally hit the button or what, or if it was just like kind of like, because like if you're all things are working regularly, the transponder will say, hey, you're not within a second, this button's not going to work even if you push it. So like I don't
And
know
so
if it was maybe muscle memory that like maybe he just
right.
reaches up and pushes it every lap even if he's not within a
Because it's not
second.
gonna work if it's not
Right.
gonna
But like
right.
it opened up for him, and so like everybody was geeking out, and it only happened for like half the straightaway, and then it closed, and like there's definitely an advantage to it, but like how much of one? So he ended up not getting a penalty for it, um, but it just a weird thing to happen. You don't see like
Right.
you
Yeah.
don't see these electronic
Mechanical.
failures
Yeah.
at
Errors
the
and shit like that.
yeah at like this level very often. So just kind of a quick note. But then Lando did end up finishing third, which is a good race for him. He started sixth, got off to a really strong start, even though it was an illegal start. served his penalty, and then comes back and finishes third. And going for the triple header here, we have the Saudi Arabian GP Grand Prix coming this weekend. Again, Middle East run the races at night, which makes them midday for us. So a little bit of Easter Formula One, and qualifying Saturday. And then IndyCar, just a quick mention it. Long Beach, California this weekend. Kyle Kirkwood wins. Means absolutely nothing to me. Sorry, IndyCar. I just can't. I can't. I try.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm trying.
I even watched the race today, and I was just like, I can't. I don't know why. I don't get it. But the next race is May 4th in Alabama.
Alabama.
So cool for them. And that rolls us into the Masters.
It does, but real quick before I touch on that, because I'm actually so excited to touch on Masters. We have local sports updates.
Okay.
City Islanders had their second game this past Saturday. They
did.
won. First game they had a draw. So they're 1-1-0. Next game is next Saturday in New Jersey. So another 2 weeks before. And it's weird too because it threw me off. I was looking it up earlier. The website versus Facebook for something else. They were supposed to have it was a home game yesterday, but they didn't play it in Harrisburg. They played it in Lancaster. And so like, I was gonna go, yesterday, and I was gonna go, and I looked it up. And I was like, oh, it's in Lancaster. And then looked today, and they were like, today our first home game at Skyline Center, and I was like, wait, you said you weren't playing there. And then I looked at the pictures of it, and it was like in Donegal High School, and I was like, where did you guys play soccer today? So they did play in Donegal. They played in Lancaster. So so they're 1-1-0. Next game is 4/19 at New Jersey, and then the week after that, I will definitely go see them. It'll be a home game then, so on City Island as expected. So
for what it's worth, it was only not on City Island because the field is very prone to flooding given where it's at.
Oh, really? So did they move
the
it
field
because of the rain?
Yeah, they moved it because of the flooding of the field. You just couldn't play on it.
Yeah, it just gets stuck. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like some like PR kind of thing, like they're just playing games.
No. That's their. Fans or whatever. They literally have to have a backup field because it floods so often. They play on an island and it floods.
Got it. Heard that.
Yeah.
All right. Other than that, though, no issues of flooding. Hopefully, because they're on ice. The Bears. The last home game is 4/19. They have 3 home games left. The team that they played back-to-back years, the past 2 years, is falling in the standings. So hopefully, unlikely that we run into a third year. But yeah, so Hershey Bears are cooking and heading into the playoffs here soon. But as you said, leading us off with the main part of this weekend, the Masters. What a fucking time, dude. Justin Rose, dark horse to win it, ends up coming in hot and just
that was incredible.
Amazing golf all weekend.
Yeah.
Just consistently amazing golf all weekend, like 6-7 below par all weekend long. But you're in a field with Bryson and Scotty and Patrick Reed Patrick Reed and Rory McIlroy and everybody else. And so if you're not minus 12 or 13 or 14 at one point, you might not win it. And Rory got down to minus 14, which is just fucking crazy. Like, that's just such an insane number to have on a Masters course. Yeah. He started rough Thursday. Everyone wrote him off. There's no way he was going to win. We talked about he was tied for 27th. He was like, he's not even golfing bad. He's just not golfing as well as everyone else. That's hot.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, just absolutely fucking torches the golf course. Just birdie after birdie after birdie. Gets up to, like I said, minus it was like 14 under par or something like that. And then today, fucking crumbles, falls apart late, like the 8th, 9th, 10th hole, I think it was, but just 3, a bogey, double bogey right in a row. So he just drops 4 strokes, ends up tying with Justin Rose again. And then Justin Rose finishes at 11 under. Bryson falls apart too. It was a Bryson versus Rory. Finally, it was a one-on-one matchup. Today was supposed to be an epic showdown between the two of them, and Bryson just fell apart. And it looked like Rory might have at first, and it just like he just kept fucking. He was so hot today, and got down to those final couple strokes. Rory has like an 8-foot putt to win it and missed it. And then it ties him with 11 under. So he had 12 under, and all he had to do was hit par on that last hole on the 18th, and he misses it, and he goes, or he had to get a birdie, and he ends up getting a par.
I mean, imagine the pressure, though.
Yeah, he gets a bogey because he went up a stroke.
Yeah, he bogeyed.
Yeah, pressure. Yeah. John and I were texting about it. He was like, dude, my heart rate, he's like, my heart rate is like 200 right now, and I'm not even putting. And I was like, dude, I would be, like, Kaylee was laying in my lap, like, she wasn't feeling well. She was, like, laying down sleeping. Like, the crowd was going nuts and shit. And I was like, get in there. And she sat up and looked and was like, what is going on? And I was like, Rory's going for his grand slam. She's like, what's a grand slam? And I was like, I should just watch for a second. And I was like, this is way too important. And I was like, I need him to win this. And then he hit the thing, and I was like, fuck yeah! And then she was like, why is he so excited? She's like, is this like the Super Bowl? And I was like, not even really, but kinda. And I was like, this golf
For
is a
him,
little
it
bit
is.
different. I was like, yeah, there's like a handful of Super Bowls throughout the year. And then there's the big Super Bowl at the end. And I was like, but like,
Yeah.
this is a big deal. And I was like, this is the green jacket. This is what Rory's missing. I was like, this is huge.
Yeah, this
And
is
I
the
was like,
trophy he's missing.
the other 5 people that did it on their first, third, and fifth attempt or whatever, and Rory's on his 11th, and it was like, dude, like he's got to get this done this year, and he fucking did. So yeah, it was such a good ending. The boys were watching it a little bit, but like when he was hitting, and they were like, "Is this the guy you like?" And I was like, "Sure, just watch. He's gonna hit it and win this." And I was like, "Just pay attention." And it's like they were watching it a little bit, but yeah, like we were outside hitting golf balls today too. Like we were in the yard just smacking golf balls out there. So
Nice.
it's golf season. We're here. I mean, a little bit warmer weather, but yeah, we're here. We're outside now. So yeah, it was a great Masters. 2025 Masters was an amazing one. Happy to have watched it. Yeah, it was a fucking great tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, so that pretty much wraps us up for this Monday.
Yep.
Just kind of feeding into the rest of the week here. We'll start some NBA playoffs, wrap up the NHL.
Yeah, Thursday night.
Pretty much it.
Thursday night there's no basketball. Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday. So
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. So Thursday night, yeah, we'll have some wrap up of the NBA stuff and hopefully some NFL news and some anything else that trickles in. But yeah, Thursday will be a little bit lighter than tonight. But yeah, this was just such a good weekend in sports. Yeah, it was a lot going on.
All right. Let's go. Let's go with 11 because that's what they tied at.
Tied
the
at
Masters.
11 under. Go for it.
All right. The longest known amount of time a human has gone without shitting is 45 days. In 2013, an Indian woman had surgery to remove a football-sized fecal mass after 45 days of not shitting.
Dude, that would make me feel so uncomfortable. Like that, like just imagining a football-sized hardened chunk of shit. Dude, like what the fuck? That sucks so bad.
After 24 hours, I get concerned.
Football size is like that's like a C-section. Like she had a baby removed from her. Like she had a whole ass turd baby removed from her because she couldn't shit it out. Like yeah, dude, you got to get some spice in your diet or something. Like you need to sprinkle cayenne in your water. Like dude, what are you doing? Like yeah, that's fucking crazy. And of course, it was probably some medical anomaly and it wasn't her fault. But yeah, that would suck. Like I couldn't imagine going to the doctor. Like you said, yeah, if I don't shit for like 24 hours, like I know it. Like I'm just like,
yeah,
I didn't shit today. Like it's because like I'm not eating. Like my body just can't handle any more food. And then I'm just like, damn, why am I gotta poop. I'll be right back. And then I come back 5 minutes later. I'm like, damn, I'm hungry. What's for dinner? Like just gotta clear the systems, and I'm good. So yeah, not pooping for what did you say? 43 days or 45?
45 days.
I thought you were gonna say like 45 hours. That's really what I thought you were gonna say, and I was like, yeah, I couldn't even go that long. Like I really thought you were gonna say the record 45 hours and these days, and I was like, damn, dude, that fucking sucks. Yeah, fucking hard pass and all that.
Agreed. So yeah, happy Monday, everybody.
Go take your shit. Monday shit.
Yeah,
what is
take
it?
Your shit. And
make
sure it's on the clock.
Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
There you go. Alrighty, everybody. Take care.
GG's, like and subscribe.